I'm going to show you 5 mistakes that I've made with my goat fences so that you don't make these mistakes yourself and cost yourself extra time and money in the process. So the first mistake that I made was using smooth staples. Smooth staples are prone to backing out, and that's exactly what happened to my fence when my goats put pressure on it. I got used to feeding the goats in a feed trough next to the fence where there was cattle panel installed with smooth staples. I thought that because I used smooth staples on the inside of the fence where the goats were, where they were applying pressure, that would keep it from backing out, but it still did not work. So to fix that problem, I had to go over all of my smooth staples, pop them out, and use barbed staples. These are exactly what they look like, barbed staples. You can see the little barbs on the edge, hopefully. I'm going to put the link to these staples in the description. You can order them online or find them at your local farm and ranch store. Mistake number 2, using the wrong gates or installing the wrong gates on your fences. What you see behind me right here is a wire-filled gate. That is, whoa. Wire-filled gates are basically required for goats. Most goats smaller than a fully grown boar would be able to get through a standard barred gate. I got a picture of one right here. That is what you should not use if you're getting into goats, because anything smaller than a full-grown adult will be able to slide through those, and you'll be getting them in your feed and in your hay or run into the neighbor's house. So to avoid having to purchase replacement gates after you've already bought the standard gates, just go ahead from the beginning, spend the extra $20 or $30 per gate, and get the wire-filled gates. If you found any of these tips useful, I'd appreciate it if you showed some support. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more fencing-related content. Mistake number 3, using the wrong posts for your goat fence. Thickness and length do in fact matter. This post is not okay. You can't see the length from the video, but I can show you real quick. It's pretty short. This is roughly a 6.5 foot post that would go 3 feet into the ground ideally. Goat fences are supposed to be 42 inches or higher. I usually make mine higher because we get jumpers. But this post, not only will it not go deep enough in the ground, but it's also not thick enough to withstand the pressure of goats. They're very, very cruel to fences. Now, this was also not a treated post. You can see it's all weather worn, cracked up, expanded. You need to use treated posts because the posts are going to spend all day in the rain, wind, snow, and sunlight. So make sure you use treated posts and make sure that you don't cheap out and try to save money getting shorter and thinner posts. They're considerably cheaper, but they're definitely not cheaper if you have to replace them in a few years or in a few months. This is a prime example of a thicker and longer post that you should be using. This post is pressure treated. This post is 6 inches, I believe, 6 inches thick, and it is roughly 8 feet tall. So this is going to be very heavy, annoying to get in the truck, annoying to set, bigger holes, more to dig, and more expensive. The biggest difference is going to be stability and longevity of the post. This is going to cost probably, I don't remember the last time I purchased posts. You guys can tell me in the comments how much post costs in your area for a 6x8, but I believe in my area it's somewhere between 20 and 30 bucks for an 8-foot-by-6 post. These posts are like 14 bucks or something like that, and this would be probably a 4x6-ish. So don't cheap out on your posts. Spend the extra money up front so that you don't have to spend more money later. Mistake number 4, not setting your posts with some kind of aggregate or concrete. I have literally pulled out posts with my hands that were just packed in with the dirt around them. The best thing to do is going to be to either get some gravel that you have laying around or go buy this post setting mix. This is what I use. You're going to want to pour that in and tamp it down when you install the post. You can install the rest of the fence basically right after you pack in that stuff. It's really dense and it compacts to be really hard. And then you get the benefit of once it rains, it'll harden around the bottom of the post and it'll build a really strong foundation for your fence, especially for end posts and tension posts and gate posts. You got to have the aggregate or concrete. Otherwise, you're going to get flexing and bending and moving, or they may just come out of the ground completely. Lastly, mistake number 5, not building your gates wide enough for either trucks or machinery to get through. I definitely made this mistake. I built one of my access gates at 6 feet, I believe it is, and I can barely, barely fit my tractor through there by the skin of my teeth. And that drives me nuts because it's really hard to clean out that pen. That pen is not a pasture, it's just more or less a holding pen or a weather pen. When things get rough and it snows a lot and they need put into shelter, I'll put them in that pen, but I can't get equipment in there. So making sure that you plan ahead, and even if you don't have a tractor now, you might have a tractor in the future. So you might need to make your gates 8 feet wide. If you've got larger livestock or you're planning on buying a wide machine, then I would go ahead and make it even wider. I don't see why you would need to go past 12 feet, but I would say at least an 8-foot gate to access your fences is mandatory. Now, if you have a 12-foot gate installed on one side of your pasture, and then you have a 4-foot walk-in gate installed closer to your house, that's fine. Just make sure that you make your gates and design your gates wide enough so that you can fit machines through. If you like this video and found it useful, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you got any other useful tips about fencing that I didn't mention, mistakes that you've made, feel free to share them in the comments below and let everybody know. Help a brother out. So until next time, it's Rob from Hillis Family Farms. Peace.